We got the leader of the band with us, Dak Prescott, and Michael Irvin here, obviously the old leader of the band here in Dallas. But let's just get right into this. And first, I just want to start with you, Dak. I mean, you come back your first year and tear the league up. You know, highest quarterback rating for a rookie quarterback in NFL history. Then obviously some struggles last year. I know as any player, no matter how long you play, you're always looking at yourself and going, okay, here's where I dropped off. Here's where I have to get better. What did you see from year one to year two that you're working on so that you can get back to that level that you were at a rookie?
Most importantly, me, it's just about being more consistent. I think obviously I played some of my best games in my career last year, and then obviously I played some of my worst games. So it's about finding that consistency and delivering the ball, getting it downfield, being more accurate. And doing so, I mean, I know we got a great group of guys coming back this year, so it's just been fun to work with these guys. A lot of new guys coming in, and I'm getting there. I'm getting where I want to be.
How difficult is it to find that consistency with all of the new guys? We were talking when you guys were practicing, and we talked about the limited time you have here to create that rapport and get that timing down with the wide receivers. How much work did you get before you got here, and how difficult is it to find that consistency?
Yeah, I mean, you just said it best. It's all about finding that time. So, I mean, it goes back starting off with these guys in OTAs and mini camps, but then it was getting together in that month of July, and we did. A lot of us guys, a lot of these young guys are rookie, Tavon, a lot of those guys have come in. Allen Hearns, we spent a lot of time just getting together, getting work out in Orlando, out in Dallas. So being able to do that, you create that chemistry. I mean, as both of you guys know, it's the only way to create it is to go out there and to get reps. So as many reps as we can get from now to game one, we'll get to where we need to be.
And here's the funny thing that I think so often we forget. You're going into your third year. Zeke's going into his third year. I mean, you know, we're looking at the leaders of this team and, you know, high expectations, of course, with this team. Yet you guys are young players. Is that a difficult part of the process to have to jump right into being the leader? And as you get all these new pieces, having to set up time to throw, I mean, is that difficult as a young stage when you're just going, and I just got to grow into who I'm going to be, yet we're called upon to have to lead this organization so early?
I think it's fun. It's fun to accept that challenge. I mean, I've always been a leader at every stage that I've been on. So now, as you said, just only going into year three and having this leadership role even pushed on me more with young guys coming in, with new guys coming in, and having to take them and teach them offense, teach them where I want them to be within routes. I think it's only going to propel my game. It's only going to make me better, and I think the same for Zeke. He's a guy that has taken a huge step on the field, off the field, going into this offseason of just being a leader, being more accountable, not only to his teammates and everybody, but to himself. And so being able to take that role for both of us is only going to help this team out more.
Everybody's counting on that run game to be solid and really help this offense. Cynthia was just talking about the deep ball and not having as much success last year with that deep ball. Talk to me about what you see out here as it comes to when we're talking about that deep ball. What receiver you see stepping up, making plays, and we can expect to make some plays deep ball on the deep ball.
Yeah, when we add the guys that we added this offseason with the Tavon Austin, the Deontay Thompson, the guys that can really stretch the field, that's what camp's been. It's been about me dropping back and letting it go and trying to find out that place where we want the ball, where we want it thrown, so they can go out, run the defense, and go and get it. So it's been some misses, and it's going to be some misses, but that's fine. That's where we've got to find that medium of where we want to get to, and it's been fun. It's been fun just slinging that thing and trying to find that. So.
And Mike, always talking about the deep ball. As a quarterback, I know I want the safety net. You know, where I don't have to wing it 40 yards. When I'm in 3rd and 6, I know who I'm going to and who's going to get open for me. I mean, we all have to believe that was Jason Witten for you, for Tony Romo over the last, dozen plus years. Who is that guy, right? Who has emerged for you to go, okay, we get into one of those critical situations. Yeah, I know who I can throw the deep ball to. I know who I can hand it off to. Who is that go-to guy, or who is emerging as that go-to guy that you feel comfortable with in any and every situation?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's Cole Beasley, and I think it's been that way. I mean, I know it's that way my rookie year, and last year we were on the same page sometimes, and sometimes we weren't. But he's a guy that's hard to cover. He's hard to cover man-to-man. He's hard to cover in zone, and he can stretch the defense as well. So it's about moving him around, making the defense respect that the fact that he can go over the top, he can beat you over the top, and then once we open that up, he's hard to cover underneath, and that's his game.
Yeah, your rookie year, and it's one thing I thought about here. Your rookie year, you got the edge, you got people double teaming, and Beasley got a lot of one-on-one coverage, and he was able to dominate people on the inside, made some incredible plays. But now that there's no focal point on that offense for defenses to focus on. How does that change what you do?
I think it helps us out a lot. I mean, as you said, there's not anything they can key on. When Beasley's he's not just in the slot anymore, he's out wide. And then you add Beasley and Tavon Austin on the field at the same time with Zeke in the backfield. You maybe motion somebody into the backfield. It just opens up this array of things that we can do on the offense, and not forgetting about that, I can run the ball. So it's kind of what we wanted to go into this offseason of moving guys around, keeping the defense on their toes, knowing that we can still go over the top and do the things that we're good at, like running the ball and play action. So it's just going to allow our offense to take another step.
And we were talking a little bit off camera, and you were talking about the defense. You were talking about in the past how you guys have seemed to dominate the defense. And even when you look at the defense, I wouldn't say there's a lot of household names on your defense. But you're saying this year your defense looks different. Tell me a little bit about those guys on the other side that are giving you some problems and really challenging you guys offensively.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely made a huge step. When you bring in some of the coaches that we brought in, Coach Richard and everything that he's brought to this team and this defense, and obviously everyone knows what Coach Marinelli's about and the intensity the defense is going to play with. But as you said, D-Law and those guys rushing the passer. Tago Charlton's taking a big step this offseason. And then having Randy back's a big plus for our team. Not only that, I mean, moving Byron Jones to cornerback, he showed a tremendous jump of a guy that can play cornerback and be a lockdown guy out there. So they've made some of these days tough. I mean, we'll go ahead and we'll get after them early, and then they'll come back and they'll get after us. So that's what you want in training camp. But you don't want one side of the ball just dominating the other side. So as frustrating as it is for me in the offense sometimes, it's what you want for the team.
It's funny because D-Law did come by when we were taking a break. He's like, oh, man, our defense is taking off. We're in a whole different place. We will show up this year, and you will see. I said, well, D, could you guys lock it down until they get the timing on offense to carry this whole unit? He said, we'll lock it down. They'll get the timing, and we're going to keep locking it down.
I like that.
You know what I mean? So he says they're ready, man. Can you guys hold up your end?
We'll definitely hold up our end, and this is what this is about. This training kept gaining that chemistry with me and these new receivers. As everyone knows, our run game is going to be there, and that's just going to open up the rest of our passing game and our play-action game. So as D-Law holds his end, we'll hold our end on offense.